I repeat, welcome all of you from my side in another session, and that's the first one here in this batch. Putting mocks, and these classes, I think you know, are for 90 minutes each. So you'll be getting the best from my side in the upcoming sessions. Stay connected, doubts and objections always welcome. Let's start the session without any delay. Avijit, Priya, Neha, Prerna, good evening, hey dear. Welcome from my side. Let's start the session without any delay. And yes, we have 1 month flat. Vocabulary is also important. So every day I'll be putting you through questions, more than 50. Of course, in a class of 90 minutes, we can have more than 50, 60, 70 questions. Let's see. I'll be putting 100 plus words on a daily basis. Let's start with vocabulary. I'll be putting PYQ vocabulary first. And I'm sure you better know SSC always asks vocabulary from their PYQ, 70%, 80% and such. So we'll be putting PYQ vocabulary 100 plus words in each session, some 50, 60 one words, 50, 60 idiom phrases. Let's go straight to the class. Welcome everybody here, watching it live, watching it later. If anybody has any objection, feel free to ask your doubts in the comment section. Either me or my assistant will answer you shortly. Here we go. You just have a look, and once you are done, thumbs up, we will go ahead. This is for your quick revision. Welcome the others here. Prakta, Manish, Rinkanisha, Pradeep, Muskan, Shali, Radha, Nancy, Char, Krishnakant, Vishal, Palak, Deepika, Kishan, Vishali, Sandhya, Sandeep. Amrita, good evening, brother. Okay, 30 seconds and I explain these. However, in English, I can just read whatever is marked out there. In case you feel uncomfortable, put your words. I'll express the best I can. Addict, when you have become dependent on something. Claustrophobia, fear of being in small spaces. Invocation, call upon God or any other power for law, help, and protection. Scurrilous, they say straight. If the PM has done something wrong, they'll be saying straight, that is a bad decision, worst decision, doesn't matter who has written. So people call them abusive also, the bad behavior. Pacify, I don't like war and all. I love Pacific Ocean, the same name in Hindi also you say. Moral, concerned with right or wrong. Amoral, not concerned with right or wrong. Obsolete, no longer in use. Words become obsolete when they are not used. Surreptitiously, stealthily, secretly, furtively doing something secretly that way. Words written on a tomb, epitaph. Veteran who has long experience in any field, generally in defense, but in any field we can say something possible, feasible. Immigrant coming in, emigrant going out. Insolvent, one who has taken so much money that he won't be able to pay this back now, is called insolvent or bankrupt. Ambiguous, words with unclear meaning, we may understand that in multiple ways. Tomorrow's class is going to be at 7. Okay, this class is at 7. Okay, tomorrow 7. Yes, sir, we will be here. I took the class in the morning at 7. I didn't specify 7 a.m. or p.m. So that's an ambiguous statement calling tomorrow's class is going to be at 7. Maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening. The ambiguity. Epilogue, words uh, at the end of a drama and such. Prologue, words in the beginning of a drama and such. Plaque, flat metal plate on which the name is written in many hotels and such. Seva is to cut. Dynasty, dynasty also. The Maurya dynasty, the Gupta dynasty we have studied in Hindi. Hijack, you hijack a plane in order to demand money, ransom and such. Momentary, lasting for a very short time. Transitory, lasting for a very short time. Transient, lasting for a very short time. Fleeting, evanescent, lasting for a very short time. Momentous, having memories, having those moments rememberable of great importance. Stoic, who is not concerned with pleasure or pain. The process of having, loving good food is supposed to be gastronomy. I'm reading them faster, I know, because all of you must have gone through these. We are not just discussing them step by step. In case you want me to, I will be happy. Just feel free to say. Indifferent, we can say, yep. Kamal, Suman, welcome. Sanjana. Next set of one words. Then we will have idiom phrases also. Hello, KP. With a fake account. Krishnakant, I'm sorry, brother. This is going on at a channel. I'm sorry, the first thing, where the classes are conducted in English. You can ask me for any specific thing. I will definitely mention Hindi also. Bhavna, welcome. Hey dear. Subbu, done. Radhe Radhe, love Kush. Infanticide, killing infants, a newborn baby. Parricide, parents or such relatives. Genocide, a whole group we can say. Feminist, believing in equal opportunities for women also. Psephologist, studying election trends by means of opinion polls. Pediatrician, the spelling is correct in British English, that is the American one you are fond of watching. Doctor of children, visionary, who has a vision, thinks about the future, doing actions accordingly. Eventually, he will get something. Reciprocate, give and take. Auditorium, we can sit and listen, but nowadays we can watch also. First model of a new device, prototype. The tough tissues, ligaments. Cartography, study of maps. I'm sure you have gone through this n number of times in PYQs. Burglar, who enters, who breaks into a house and then steals. Etymology, my favorite, the origin, history of a word. In order to define this, idioms have better etymology with the help of which we can remember them for a long, long time. Funambulist, equilibriist, one who can walk on tight ropes and maintain the balance that way. Cosmopolitan, universal, we can say. Miser, hating, anthropos, mankind, the one who hates mankind, misanthrope. Perseverance, constant efforts to achieve something. Persistence, that way. Quadrupt, having 4 foot. Credulous, gullible, who can believe anything. A credulous child, we can say. Customs can also be called mores. Totalitarianism, just one political party is allowed to function. Numismatist, collection of coins. Sacrilege, doing something opposite to the doing something opposite or violating something holy or sacred, we can say. Boulevard, where a road is there. On either side of the road, say both sides of the road, we have trees. And gregarious, people, animals who live in herds. Social, we can say. Some idiom phrases also. Simran, good evening, welcome. Done? Okay, this is the only slide I will show now. We'll discuss this at the end. Some people may not like what's going on for the last 15 minutes. I think this is more important than just putting a couple of questions. In these 15 minutes, we have discussed 52 one words from PYQ. You will come across them, you have come across them. And in next 15, say, or 10, we will go through 77 idioms, making a total of more than 125 plus in just one session, more than 1000 plus in the rest of the sessions. Sweeping statement, a thoughtless statement without any value, like noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. It doesn't hold anything. Interesting and new. All at sea, totally puzzled, confused, perplexed. Enough rope, enough freedom for action. Fits and starts irregularly. Fell foul, get into trouble. Token strike, short strike as a warning. Face the music in a theater, in a play, in a drama. If you perform well, the audience go. But if you perform bad, who's this? Where have you taken this from? Get out. You will have to face the music, this or that. You'll have to bear the consequences that way. Look down on and upon, several times they have used this in the fillers. Hate intensely, feel inferior for someone, he's inferior, I am superior, that way. The opposite goes look up to, when you respect. So we should always look up to the Almighty, the elders. We should never look down on and upon the poor, and that way. Flog a dead horse, waste time in useless efforts. Flog, if you flog a dead horse, he won't stand up and do something for you. A living horse will work for you. Under a cloud, under suspicion. Green thumb, the natural interest. Green represents that. Play havoc itself is destruction. Playing havoc. No love lost. They are not on good terms these days. Fair and square, honest. Wild elephant, costly and troublesome possession. What should I say in English? Mugged up, all these idioms. Something, for example, somebody gifts you a Lamborghini. Wow, for free. Wow. but the maintenance cost is not going to be in thousands of, or say tens of thousands. That will be in lakhs, and that will create trouble for you to maintain such a heavy and troublesome and so costly possession. So will be trouble for you. Out and out, completely and totally. On the cuff, on credit, off the cuff, extempore, without preparation. If something holds water, can be believed. Doesn't hold water, cannot be believed. Wild goose doesn't exist. So if you chase a wild goose which doesn't exist, your results are going to be futile. No result. In a tight corner, in a troublesome situation, if somebody goes to different places, he has experienced. So he is experienced. He knows the ABCs, talented and successful. Cold-blooded murder, without feelings, without emotions, off and on, sometimes this way and sometimes that way, occasionally. Hard and fast, the norms and rules and regulations we'll have to follow strictly. Take two heels, run away, keep up, to be with someone, to keep in touch, make a clean breast. Breast is the part of the body which is quite close to the heart. So if I tell you whatever is in my heart, I make a clean breast. Confess without reserve. Heads will roll. You go to a bank 2 years ago, the manager was somebody else. This year, the manager is somebody else. You go to the IPS officers, IS officers. Transfers generally take place of the officers, of the heads, not of those lower ones. Bones in any soup, something which is edible, fit to be eaten, bones are the source of trouble. So if there is no bones about something, there is no problem in that thing. Take after, resemble, chip off the old block, resemble, look like, resemble, bear resemblance to, resemble, and one more, I think. Stave off, postpone. Give somebody a peace of mind, reprimand and scold someone. Rest on laurels. If I won, say WON, a Nobel Prize once, now I won't be working hard for that because I have won a Nobel Prize. Fine, but you should be working continuously hard. So the one who rests on laurels, if he has achieved something, he doesn't work hard then. He becomes complacent, and pay through nose, you have to pay some extremely heavy price. Here we go. We'll see the last slide at the end of the session. Thanks, everybody. Dad Ringer, Pramod, thank you. Venkadipati, thank you. Dad Ringer, look like. Similitude. Wow. Similitude. Wow. Typical SSC and mocks putting relevance. Each of the children were given a toy by the teacher. Each by default is a singular word for which we don't say were, we usually use was. Done. Right. Subbu. Police, whenever we define them or their function, they work quite differently, separately, not unanimously at their initial positions. For example, CM is coming to my home city, your home city tomorrow. The PM is coming. Then all the officers won't be at just one place and protect the whole city or the nation. They'll be scattered, deployed at different places. That's how we use a plural verb after police. You have studied this in nouns. In noun, you have been taught by, I think, every teacher that police takes a plural verb. Okay, I speak Hindi, let me say that. In Hindi, we follow the singular one. Police ने आपको घेर लिया है. But in English, police is a collective noun which is always scattered, deployed. So it always takes a plural verb. Good evening, Chandi. Subbu, great. Subbu, great. Idiom. Bhavna, objections, welcome. Yes, you have gone through this. Use of little, use of few. These are used for countable nouns, they are used for uncountable nouns. And there are less apples. Apples is a countable figure, less is the comparative degree of little, shouldn't be used for that. So we should use few. And then yesterday we have comparison also. So not less than, it should be the comparative form of few, which is fewer than. Doubts welcome. First one here, the police have and fewer apples. Welcome. Typical SSC again. Have plus V1 they are fond of asking these days. Models with a V2 they are fond of asking these days. And didn't, knew, more, better they are fond of asking these days. So just a sample initially. Another sample. Vinay. Prerna. We'll talk to you. Yes, of course, with these words, with, together with, along with, no less than, in addition to, like, besides, and not, rather than, we follow the verb as per the first word because that's the only subject. They are the prepositions, they take objects after them. But with these words, only four: either or, neither nor, not only but also, none but, we follow verb as per the nearest subject, which is the second subject, obviously. So neither the manager nor the employees, not is, are satisfied. Perfect. Welcome, everybody. Yes. No, you are going unanimously wrong. No, Priya, have a look again. No, Amrita, have a look again. Vishali, I wish I could. Thank you for the words. Why no error, Neha? Because, remember, everybody, comprise doesn't take off with that. We don't say comprise of in active voice because in passive it also takes. One can ask me anything. I've always been honest, and I open Oxford dictionaries here. I keep on opening that, and we can check whatever you say here online authentically. Putting Oxford Learners Dictionaries, Advanced Dictionaries, Cambridge, etc. Whatever you say will be checked live. It's not like my teacher taught me this, somebody taught me this, I read in a book, this happens and that happens. Nobody can be better than these, can be stronger than these. So we can check that online if you wish to say. But yes, grammatically, comprise doesn't take off. It's always consist of. The English alphabet consists of 26 letters. This is fine, that is not. But let me clarify, we have examination in next 1 month. It's be comprised of all correct. Because this is passive, and in passive voice you can put any verb which is a transitive one with an object. No, you put the preposition in between. He knows me, I know him, he's known me, he's known to me. I killed him, he was killed by me. So we use a preposition in passive voice. Be plus V3 is a passive, but in active voice comprise doesn't take off. Consist of, yes. Comprise of, no. Objections, heartily welcome. So there was no error. One of these can be no error. Next. Yes, Prerna. Uh, Not yet, but for web it'll be available pretty soon. Pretty soon, Chandni. Rani, good evening, hey dear. Yes, of course, we have to. Super great. The movie was so blank space it left the audience speechless. Wow. That means that should be something positive. Monotonous, boring, a negative word. Disappointing, another negative. Predictable, had it been predictable, wow, I knew this before. I predicted this before. I knew this before. Now everybody won't be speechless if I knew the result before. No. So inspiring is the only positive choice out there. All of you are correct again. Government will be, say, introducing measures to construct corruption. Government doesn't want corruption formally. Advocate, that means support corruption? Never. Either this or that. But we can't pick the first one also, like alleviate corruption, reduce corruption. Hey, we have new measures now. You shouldn't be taking 500 rupees, you should be taking 200 only. But that is also corruption. If you're taking 500, that is corruption, extra. If you're taking 200, that is also corruption. Alleviate will still be a part of correction because corruption exists. We should work hard to eliminate corruption. Yes, I will, Prakta. Need not say. Was so busy today, so I could not, but for sure I will. Need not say anything. And the last one, audience was blank space by his eloquence. Eloquence is a positive word for which the theme should be positive here. Distracted, negative. Irritated, completely negative. Perplexed, confused, oh my god, whatever he's saying, I'm not getting that. A positive word. Captivated, all attracted. Muskan, to you. Rahat. Reduction in terms of the severity, something which was so harsh, now that is light a bit. But that's not available, Prerna. Absolutely. The first glance, we must avoid the silly mistakes. Oh, sir, I'm sorry, I cannot. You must. That's how you will make a difference out there. 2 plus V2 doesn't exist. So generally, unanimously, what we say, as the election approached, candidates are trying to blank space support from every corner. Word is precise, gather, but it's grammatically impossible. They are trying to get support from every corner. Deter is a negative word. Reduce, we can say. High is an adjective. We need a verb out there. Rally is also a verb in English, something which is in great amount, just like in rallies of politicians. We see thousands of people, lakhs of people out there. So rally. Increase support. Get support. Despair is a negative word. Doom and despair. Pramod, that's a negative word, brother. He refused to apologize. No, I will not. That's my tradition. I belong to India. I will say this. I won't apologize for this. That's my tradition. That's my custom. No, I will not. No. Yes, he refused to apologize, saying it was a matter of personal. Something positive should be here. Negligence. Had it been negligence and negativity, he must apologize. Had it been despair, doom and despair, another negative one, he should have apologized. Ambiguity is not clear. He should have apologized if things are not clear to him. But no, that's my honesty. That's my religion. That's my custom. That's my ritual. We do so. No, I won't apologize for this. That's my personal custom, religion. I will follow that. Fortitude for the next one. Okay. In this one also. Despite the injury, He was injured, but despite that, he continued the race with great. Another positive word should be here. Apathy is indifference. He shouldn't be continuing despite his injury with apathy. It doesn't matter whether we win or not. No problem. No. Anxiety is negative. Reluctance is totally negative. The only positive word in the options. Go for elimination in case you do not know that. A little inference based RC. This is the first session. Steps, I should say, things will go step by step. Just go through this. A couple of questions may be inference based. Maybe. Showing questions in 30 seconds. Ocean. Ocean. You will have the RC visible, no problem. So what does the passage primarily discuss? Never be. Kubesh. Welcome, brother. Brother. Ashish. Brother. Yes, unanimously correct. Uh, the economic benefits of conservation. The author is not only talking about the benefits but also the problems. Deforestation, overfishing, pollution, they have drastically reduced biodiversity. So he's not at all talking about the benefits only, primarily. Pros and cons, we can mention both. The negative impacts of urbanization. Yes, he's talking about the negative impacts, but he's also talking about the positive impacts. Conservation measures like afforestation, reducing this and enforcing this and that. So he's not at all talking about the benefits alone, not at all talking about the negative impacts alone. There is a mixture of both. We can't pick such an option. Methods to prevent climate change. He's not talking about climate change. He's talking about biodiversity and species and such. So no, that's not the primary focus of the passage. Yes, the interdependence of human life and biodiversity mentioned in the second line. Biodiversity is a testament proof to the resilience and adaptability. It includes millions of species from microscopic tiny ones to the largest mammals, even human beings also, public health for you and me. So the best one is the interdependence of biodiversity and human life. Objections welcome. This is straight. Avijit. Even I can answer this. Which is not mentioned as a threat to biodiversity. Just a sec. Some problems out here. Human species, uh, deforestation, overfishing, and pollution. I think these are the three problems he has marked. Deforestation is there. So not won't be in the list. This is there in the passage. Overfishing, there in the passage. Pollution, there in the passage. Something which is not is industrialization. Manish, most welcome, brother. Yes, this is new, fresh for you. Let's start. The passage mentions biodiversity. He's talking about biodiversity. According to the passage, how does biodiversity affect, impact public health? And public health is clearly marked here. Let's get the theme. Biodiversity is not just about preserving nature, it impacts agriculture, climate regulation, and public health. How? For example, they can prevent the spread of diseases as such. Let's eliminate by improving access to medical facilities. Throughout the passage, we don't have any access to medical facilities for public health in the passage, according to the passage. By regulating this or that, by producing reducing or increasing deforestation is not the concept marked for public health. That is for the habitat of those species, for deforestation, for afforestation, not for public health. Not at all related. Promoting urbanization. Nowhere in the passage somebody has talked about promoting urbanization. Nowhere. And that too for public health, they haven't. The only option left, as per the line, healthy ecosystem can prevent the spread of disease. So biodiversity will help us prevent the spread of disease by this or that. By regulating, controlling climate, yes, they impact agriculture, they impact climate, they impact public health. So they will also be impacting climate and disease spread for us. Perfect. Why is afforestation considered a conservation measure? Amrita, Shikha, Vinay. Absolutely. Not written directly, afforestation, but written indirectly. All these things, forests, oceans, grasslands, are habitat supporting these species. Supporting. If you remove forests, that means deforestation, they will impact it. Forests are habitats for the species. If you remove them, the habitat will be removed. If you add them, the habitat again, will be there again that way. So it creates more space for urban development. No, we're not talking about development. We are talking about the habitat which is there in forests, oceans, and grasslands for the species, not for development. It supports overfishing. No, that will be negative again. Increasing carbon emission restores the habitats because it is crucial habitat for the species. Afforestation will restore, deforestation will remove. What's the tone of the author? We must be ready for these questions. Tone of the author. हर्ष, for any species, किसी भी जाति प्रजाति के लिए, their surroundings, their environment, their place to live, to have food, just like for a lion or for any animal, that kingdom, surroundings in the forest is the habitat. Just like for fish, we don't need forest, we need oceans. So these are the habitats. जहां वो survive करते हैं, रहते हैं, that way. Wow. Saying concerned. The author is concerned about not only the biodiversity but also public health and everything such. Great answer, everybody here. Persuasive, he's not persuading someone to do something. Indifferent, he has difference in his mind. What should we do? What should be done? What are the problems? What are the solutions? We can't say he's indifferent to this. He's not concerned about this. The opposite is true. Critical, should have highlighted some critical sense. This is high time we do this or that and such. Not critical, but he's concerned about all these things. It is important for them. It is important for us. Perfect. We have a couple of more questions. No problem. From the same RC. Welcome, Harsh. सुमन, the opposite of indifferent. आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता? You are indifferent. हाँ हाँ सर, बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. I am concerned. मुझे मतलब है. So author was concerned about biodiversity, agriculture, species, forestation, afforestation, human beings, diseases spread, prevention. He was concerned. लवकुश, किसी को मनाना. Persuade someone to do something. मनाना. Wow, which of these statements is true as per the passage? Biodiversity survival is only the government responsibility. He's saying shared responsibility, not just one or one's responsibility, if I say. No. Climate change has no impact on ecosystems. Can you say that? Climate change has no effect on ecosystems. We have to regulate climate. That means it has some impact. Urbanization promotes species adaptability. No, this deforestation removes the habitats. Biodiversity benefits agriculture and public health. Biodiversity is not just preserving nature. This biodiversity directly impacts, regulates, benefits agriculture, okay, climate change, no problem, public health. All these are marked out there. A couple more. What role do healthy ecosystems play in the disease prevention? Diseases are marked in the second last line of the passage. Something such should be there. Shikha. Pramod. Vinay. In the same line they have marked, they can prevent the spread of diseases by maintaining the predator-prey balance. Okay. They eliminate predators? No, they keep the balance. They contribute to urban growth? Not in the passage. They promote overfishing? Not out there. But they regulate the predator-prey balance. Done. Last. Sandeep. So, what does the phrase shared responsibility imply in the context of the passage? If it is a shared responsibility, this is not the responsibility of one person or government or anyone such. Shared one, requiring collective efforts, the passage itself is marking. Conservationists alone are responsible. No, that's a shared responsibility. Biodiversity conservation requires collective efforts. Sure. Governments should delegate the issues. No, collective. Industries must lead conservation. They are not talking about conservation. They are talking about the collective efforts and the shared responsibility. Priya, I'm not saying anything to you, but Neha's answer is a little different. Avijit's answer is a little different. Love Kush, your answer is a little different. Some of us saying this, some of us saying this. Let's be unanimous. Can we have a second thought? Because one of us has to be wrong for sure. Let's have a second thought. Sandeep, Priya, no problem. Never be sorry. But haste makes waste. Answer carefully. And I will always say whenever you think like this is the answer. For example, QPRS. I will read the whole passage this way. If I get comfort, no change in tone or theme and such, you are correct. If you get the barrier, there may be a problem. Yes, Shikha. Can I say theme works everywhere or in the passage here? Say. Two of the statements are negative. Fear is a natural phenomenon. Okay. However, we can overcome this. Priya and everybody here, you are not new to me. If we put Q and P together, that means fear is a human emotion. We can overcome this. Now the theme from fear has become positive. We can overcome this. That's a positive statement. The other statements now must not be negative without a contradictory conjunction. Lavkush, you were correct, I think, brother. Next line says it paralyzes people. If we overcome that, how would it paralyze us? Then put this negativity with the negativity first. QP cannot be a pair. QP can be pair, but then QPR will paralyze the para-jumble. So putting this fear, the negative statement with the negative one, now changing theme and this positive one with positive one, courage, a positive one, overcome, we can with courage. So plus, plus, minus, minus, and that way. Defining fear first. Fear is a natural phenomenon. It paralyzes people. However, change in theme now, we can overcome this with the help of courage. QRPS. Straight. Komesh. Actually, something which is resilient is the one which can change its shape, take another form, and come back to the original form. Now answer please. Something which is resilient is the one, just like a company, because of recession, because of lockdown, went bankrupt, but it went up again. But it succeeded again. So that is supposed to be, say, yes, Prerna, you are correct. The meaning of resilient is to change the shape in case of any difficulty and stuff like that, and then you come back to the same shape again, same stage again, same. Yes, that's a better choice. Fragile will be something which will break, won't come back. Fragile in your deliveries also from Nika and Myntra, something that is made of, say, glass, fragile object. If it gets broken, will not come back to the same shape. If it is weak, will not come back to the same shape. Rigid will stay at the same position. Fixed, it won't be changing its shape first. Coming back later will not be a topic of discussion. Just the elastic pattern you can see here. Changing the shape and stage and anything such, then coming back to the same again. Yes, B. Elastic, the synonym of resilient. Meticulous, Neha, one of the common ones we keep on discussing. So one who is meticulous is fastidious, is punctilious, is painstaking, taking care of every single detail, is thorough, synonym, is precise, synonym, is detailed, taking care of every single thing such. Just careless will be the exact antonym. Harsh, weak is something, if I break this, it'll be broken. It won't come back to the same shape again. Glass, which is quite weak, gets broken, will not come back to the same shape again. But something which is coming to the same shape again should not be considered weak. Mark your words again. But Neha, antonym was asked. I hope you were not wrong. A respite is actually not preposition. As a noun, it shows relax. I came back from a tiring journey. I'm quite tired. I must relax now. Respite, a period of pause, we can say. So he completed the project on time, blank space, many challenges. Despite of doesn't exist. Because of challenges, I probably could not complete. The theme is contradictory here. He completed despite of challenges. So something, the contrasting conjunctions should be there. Sandeep, because of, no, regardless of could have been a possibility, in spite of. Kumesh. Better. Manas, if I can call you Manas. Vinay, great. Thiru, correct me if I'm wrong in terms of pronunciation. Why silent here? See, whenever you come across sentence improvement, think about those words that you cannot change. And here, the highlighted part is this. I'll think about this later, but I cannot change the word then here, which is not highlighted. That means if I'm putting then, A comparative degree must be there. All of us know than is used with comparative degree adjectives. So if I pick the first one, as smart as should have been there. No. So smart as should have been there. More intelligent than, perfect, comparative one. Less than, we know this, is better choice. Intelligent is just the positive degree. You are comparing there. A comparative degree must be used. So simple. Less than. Success depends not only on hard work but also on, of course, on luck. In a formal tone, we cannot say success depends on luck, on external support. My uncle is a Bob's my uncle. This is the idiom. One can check the meaning. Bob's my uncle. Social connections. No, 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 no. Hard work, determination, perseverance, constant efforts, success. The company decided to implement some measures to improve productivity. Abhijit, it's 27B. Lenient are going to be fine. If somebody's coming at 5, let him come. If somebody's coming at 9, let him come. You're not coming tomorrow? No problem. We won't be having loose measures to improve productivity. There should be a positive word out there. Prerna, thank you. In Hindi, they say, Chacha Vidayak hai hamare. Bob's my uncle in English. Yes, if Bob's my uncle, that means everything is possible for me. But I think, Avijit, let me clarify this for you. No problem. Drastic? Sir, that's a negative word. Drastic change in such and such, I think. For measures. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't agree. Drastic measures. If you open Oxford, I have made these mocks so I can show you the authenticity and the sources also. You can open this online. The first example you will come across in Oxford dictionaries, if you open the meaning of drastic, will be the same. Drastic measures and changes. So we think of the word as a negative one, but that may be positive in terms of the extreme sense, in terms of the suddenness, the big changes, absolutely. Extreme in a way that has a sudden, serious or violent effect. Not always violent or serious, it is going to be sudden also possible. Is that okay? Yes, immediate, sudden, that way. So drastic measures and drastic changes, as in our filler it was. The company has decided to implement drastic measures to improve productivity because lenient will be negative. Ambiguity will not improve your productivity. That is unclear. Today in the vocabulary we have ambiguous. Inconclusive, you must have some conclusion, some perfection, something evident. Inconclusive is a negative word. Thank you. No, lenient is loose. We generally use this word for parents. Yeah, my parents don't allow me to go outside. My parents are so lenient. They allow, no problem. Thank you. Radha Radha Sakshi. In the game of boxing, if you throw in your towel, you accept defeat as per the game. Throw in the towel, Sandeep. Neha, you are visionary, you foresee, you foretell, because you did. Deja vu. Wow, Abhijit. PCB threw in the towel on Champions Trophy matter with ICC, I'm sorry, and BCCI. With ICC and BCCI, PCB threw in the towel. They accepted defeat. Whoa. Burning the midnight oil. Nowadays we have electricity. 100 years ago, we didn't have electricity. We had the oil. We have witnessed in Chanakya, in Ramayana and Mahabharata and such serials, if I say, on television. But they had oil. And if you're burning the oil in the afternoon, fine. In the evening, fine. If somebody's burning the oil in the late night, that means he's working extra hard into the night in that way. And active passive, free marks and examinations. The committee is reviewing the proposal. The proposal is being reviewed by the committee. The committee is reviewing, present continuous it is. So that should be in the same tone. Is being reviewed, I think, is going to be possible. No ing here. No have over there. No have over there. He said, I will visit my parents tomorrow. The first thing is I will be looking for words having tomorrow and anything such. I'll drop them. Tomorrow can't be tomorrow in indirect narration. Can't be tomorrow in indirect narration. Can't be yesterday. Anywhere, not in narration or anything such. The only option left is this. But Priya, as a para-jumble, for example, I will read it completely. If there is any problem, I will come to know. He said, I will visit my parents. He said that he would. Yes, I'm correct. Such words confuse me. Wow. Neha. Subbu, before we answer, let's read the question again. Um, what is asked and what we are answering? Let's have a look again. The question. Linkadipati. Smart work, but not available there. The only problem is. No, Vinay. Okay, you are saying 33. Okay, okay, okay. First of all, 32. The first thing is we are not asked the incorrect ones because 3 of them are incorrect. You can't pick one either. We are asked the correct ones, or one, not ones. Pick the correctly spelt word, not the incorrect. And you can use autocorrect. You have your phones now. Receive is wrong, goes E-I-V-E. Believe is wrong, goes I-E-V-E. Conceit goes wrong, E-I-T. Only persevere is correct. Perseverance. Today in this session, I did show you at the beginning perseverance, constant efforts to achieve something. Opposite goes procrastination. And of course, the easiest question of the set so far, part of speech of the word, he handled the situation skillfully. Skillfully? He handled the situation skillfully. Should be a noun, verb, adjective. Modifying a verb out there ending in ly, generally they are adverbs. Skill, noun. But verb also, skilled. Yep. Noun also, Neha. Skillful, adjective, skillfully, adverb. Noun and verb both. Skilled is a word in English. Priya. Thesaurus. One word for the person who collects or studies coins. Philanthropist is the one We will study such words in the next sessions, every session with the help of PYQ vocabulary. Stay connected. You will have a lot, a lot, a lot. Philanthropist is the one who loves humankind, altruist, doing charity and such. Philatelist, stamps, postal stamps, if I say. Archaeologist, antique, unique, ancient things. Numismatist, coins. This is for stamps. I got confused for a couple of seconds. Ratan Tata was a philanthropist, was an altruist. Philatelist, stamp collection. Promote. Radhe Radhe, Deepak. Yes. PS Neha. Okay, Avijit saying PS. Despite the weather in the range, no, if you pick PS, then you have to go RQ. And can I say, Avijit, you are continuing your operations. What are the operations? Can you define your operations that you're going to continue? My operations are to save those hikers. The rescue team will be saving the hikers. So let me say QR is a better choice. Can I? Avijit and everybody here. Now you say PS. No, brother. RQ should not be the possibility. No. Can I say QR is the most important fraction here? Connection here, keyword here. The team rescue continued the operations to save those hikers. Where were they stranded? Can I say they were stranded there in the remote mountain range? And despite at the beginning, despite the challenges, he continued with fortitude that way. So it is straight PQRS. Look at this, objections welcome. Despite the weather, the team continued the operations to save them in the mountain range. Can I? Thank you, Priya. Avijit, okay? Thank you. Objections always welcome. Now, all these questions were made by me. These were made by me. We have something from PYQs now. CGL tier 2. Easy peasy. Yes, Priya. Done. Let's go. This is not that difficult. So what do we see when we look at the object? Probably marked directly out there. When somebody looks at the object, what he sees is the light reflected from the object. So the object reflected, light reflected from the object. Yep, that was there in the fourth line. Now this is there in the first line, I think, of the second paragraph. The eye is similar to a TV camera because both the eye and the TV camera convert light into electrical energy. Say light energy into electrical energy, marked out here. Both convert light energy into electrical energy. So both convert, okay, light energy into mechanical, no. Electrical, yep. Mechanical, no. And mechanical into electrical, no. Light energy into this. Love Kush. No, Neha. Yes. Love Kush, great. So this lacrimal, I think the pronunciation, all the tear glands, they are situated, they are talking about the lacrimal or the tear glands here. So each is about the size and shape of an almond, and they are situated behind the upper eyelid at the outer corner of the eye. Just a sec. Behind the upper eyelid, I'll eliminate, at the outer corner of the eye. Inside the eye, no. In the black of the eye, no, as per the passage. On the eyelid, no. Behind the eyelid in that way. At the outer corner of the eye. Neha answered as if it were a question of GS. Where is that? Inside the eye? No. Glare, the last option is, I think, visible. Shikha, Pramod. The sense perception that the brain releases after the eye converts Light into nerve impulses is known as, I think something such was marked here, light impulses, nerve impulses and such. Sense perception. Sense perception. Called, okay, it is not visible, I'm sorry for that. But at least IGHT we can say. See, called IGHT. Blindness, image, glare, sight. Second line. Yes. This is also there. Pramod, wrong, brother. Haste makes waste. You are not wrong, but the options are designed that way. Vinay, impressive again. Lavkush, but they are putting 6 times every in every option and they are varying it. Like 6 times here, 6 seconds there, 6 seconds there, and stuff like that. We have to be a little precise in order to find the correct answer. I'll go to the passage to confirm. The passage is saying blinking at an average of once every 6 seconds. So once every 6 seconds. 6 times every second, hold on. 6 times every second? No. Once every 6 seconds. Pramod, got it? You know, I know you got this, but the haste was once every 6 seconds directly. 6 times every 6 seconds, once every second. No. We have one slide left of idiom phrases that we will finish. So in every session, we will have 100 plus, say 50 plus one words and 50 plus idiom phrases in each session. That will be a revision of you with me, I should say. Komesh. Abstruse. Wow, esoteric. Wow. The reply which is understood by pretty few. Priya. Prerna. The meaning of abstruse is not clear. Just like vague, if I say. Obviously, you know that will be opposite. Transparent will be visible. Unnecessary, out of context, something which is difficult to understand. Perplexed, we can say. Enigmatic. Wow. Enigmatic. Great. People here must be preparing for CGL Tier 2. And you better know, remember that line if you haven't gone through. Excuse me, interrupting you. Can search on Google if you haven't gone through this. Excuse me interrupting you. One of the iconic sentences asked by SSC. Went, excuse my interrupting you. My. So the same happening here. The manager insisted on me to complete the project. Hold on. This is not complete. This is compete. And I won't be competing with the project. I'll be completing my project. Horrible. That I completed? No. I insist you should complete. If he has completed, why would he insist? No. Me completing? Okay. My completing, a better choice. We use gerunds and possessive adjectives before them. Possessive adjectives before them. Last, if I say, we will have 45 questions, no problem, as per CGL, and we'll check the vocabulary then. Excuse my interrupting you. Yes. Wow, Neha, you are phenomenal. insisted on my sisters going to the market. Pramod, could have been a possibility. Could have been a possibility. Agree. Agree, agree, agree. Vinay, phenomenal throughout the session. A person who believes in or supports the principle of equality for all the people out there. Pacifist is the one who opposes war, who doesn't like war. The simplicity out there. Altruist, the same. Philanthropist, for the others, doing charity and such. Idealist, perfection, we can say. Egalitarian society, equal opportunities for all. Hit the sack. How should I explain this in English? The technical terms we use in a different language, but still, this is a sack, for example, a blanket, and sometimes we hit that with the help of our legs also. Okay, making that straight. Okay, let me sleep here now, and I'll be sleeping there. Hitting that, that means to, what should I say? To lay the blanket, and we then sleep on the blanket. So this is to go to sleep. Just answer one. We will resume on the next term. 45 today, tier 2. Just answer one, the first one. Last today, and then we have vocabulary. 44. I'm sorry. Pack one's belongings, bag and baggage. You are impressive idea, Vinay. Would love to see you in the classes. Thiru. Impressive, you too. And many here. See you in the upcoming classes. Stay connected. Would love to see you. The room was cleaned by the staff. The staff cleans. No, that is past indefinite actually. Had not there. Ing not there. The only option left here. And I'm not finishing the session now. We had these. You will get the PDF. Can watch it. In next sessions, before the examinations, I promise I'll make you go through almost all the one words and idiom phrases they have asked. More than 1,000 I'll make you go through. Done, done, done. Last. Done. Explaining in a minute. I think this should be a perfect session. We had 45 questions explaining every single thing in detail and more than 100 words of vocabulary in one session. I hope that was a productive one. Before we end the next 2 to 3 minutes, would love to get feedback from your side too. Any suggestion, query, question? Yes, Komesh, is all welcome. Any query, question, suggestion, opinion is all welcome. Doubt and anything such. Let me read this out for you. And doubts welcome. Drawn fancy, fantasy doesn't exist in real. We imagine. One day I'll have a Lamborghini. So using imagination, if we draw something on fantasy, read between the lines to get the hidden meaning. Turn an honest living. I'm just living my life as it is, not a lavish life I have, just the legitimate one. Give the game away to throw your game. Give out the secrets. Cheek by jowl. Quite close. Cheek by jowl. Run riots. Riots are just like the Gujarat riots in 2002. So you run riots, that means you will be acting without restraint, just like an angry mob. Newspapers say that. I'm not saying angry mob. I know mob is a group of angry people. But when they see somebody snatching a chain, they act without restraint. And that's what we call riots and such. Go through fire and water. I'll go through any risk. I'll take any risk. Talking through head. We talk through mind, that is here. Head is here. If we use our mind, we'll be talking sense. If we speak through this, we don't have mind there, we'll be talking nonsense, talking through head. Put up with, manage, tolerate. In the good books, with the boss, in favor with the boss. In the long run, ultimately in the end, later on in the future, always runs back and call. Back is this. Hey, this gesture is called back, and somebody will be ready for you. Call. Hey, then he'll be ready for you. So back and call is ready to the master. Turn a deaf ear. If you turn a deaf ear towards someone, he's not going to hear anything because that's a deaf one. Ignore. At one's wit's end. Sir, I'm not getting this. This is beyond my wits. Perplexed and confused in that way. Fighting tooth and nail. Try every way possible. Fighting to the last end, if I say. Green-eyed monster, based on the play of Shakespeare, where a father used to put say lunch for the daughter, and there a green-eyed monster used to come in and he ate all that. Now that girl was quite jealous of that monster because her father used to cook lunch for her and that monster used to eat that lunch. So she was jealous. It is used in terms of jealousy. Make the record straight. Set the record straight. Hey, 500 by you, 200 by me, this and that. 350 done. Okay. Give the correct amount and account. Good Samaritan. Samaritan are helpful people who help without their personal motive. They are supposed to be the good Samaritans. Bad blood, angry feeling. Go to the whole hog to take that completely whole. Lay out, spend. Lay off, dismiss. You hear in the news, like government is, say this company, Amazon has laid off so many people. Microsoft has laid off so many people. Lay off to dismiss from jobs, and lay out, spending. Government is laying out 325 crore rupees for this project and such. By leaps and bounds, at a rapid pace, people make money. Spill the beans, you reveal your secret. Carry out is to execute. Go to the winds, disappear. Ins, something which is inside me, somebody knows that. Outs, something which is outside me, somebody knows that. That means he knows everything about me. Full details. I'm totally fed up with you, huh? I'm annoyed with you, you are irritating me that way and such. Sharp practices. Somebody making his knife sharp is going to kill someone. So dishonest means in high spirits, how's the Josh? High, sir. Shaken shoes tremble, and fits and starts irregularly. We have this fits and starts and that way. Comments from your side, and before I finish this session, thank you so much for being here. That's all I had in this session in last 90 minutes. I think I was able to put everything beneficial for your examination, putting a mock and vocabulary also. Suggestions, welcome. Put your words, and see you on Tuesday in this batch for another session such, but at 5 in the evening. My timings are Tuesday in the evening at 5 and Friday in the evening at 7 at the same time. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Manish, Priya, Amrita, Prerna, Vinay. You were impressive and phenomenal throughout the session. Neha, always in the list. Okay, so finishing it now. See you on the next turn. Thanks, everyone here. See you. Thank you, all of you present out here. Harsh, yes, Shikha will remove them pretty soon. Komesh, Muskan, Radhe Radhe. Great. Suman Sakshi, Lavkush, Divyanshi, thank you. Sandhya, Wrinkle, Thirupandi. Bad blood, angry feeling. Blood, bad. Kill you. The angry feeling that way. You can ask again, we'll be putting different words. Gunjan, Nancy. Vishali Radhe Radhe. Desh Ki Jaan, thank you. Komesh, Vishal, Pramod. Krishna Kant, thank you. Harsh, thank you, brother. Gunjan, wow. Kajal and Pradeep. Manish, yes, 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 yes. Giving you a response. Okay. Thank you. See you pretty soon. Thanks, everybody.